Greetings, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. I am the Angry Rhino. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. So as you can see by the picture on the patch notes, whole brand new thing. No more Q Continuum, which is okay. It's fine, I guess. It's weird to have these arcs in two parts now, not like 3 or 4, but it's fine. We're celebrating 30 years of Voyager. Okay, because that's really something to celebrate, I guess. Whatever. These are patch notes 74. Kind of weird that it's not in the title up here at all, but whatever. But this celebrating 30 years of Voyager, Year of Hell. A little bit on the nose there, I think, for us. It says part 1, so there will most likely be another part to this, which is awesome. It's been some time since I have felt anything resembling hope. It's time to rescue my crew. Time we all just need a little bit more. Or, I'm sorry, I added the bit in there. What if you had nothing but time? Voyager has been trapped, its crew caught in a never-ending loop of destruction under the iron fist of the Krenim Empire. Their bodies have been brutalized, their minds assaulted by terror after terror, all in the name of Anarax's revenge. Yet they endure. 7 of 9 must venture back into the Delta Quadrant to save them, confronting the shadows of her own past along the way. Only by braving one night of hell can she restore hope to her crew and rewrite the future. Let's make this a battle nobody remembers. Okay. Yay. Oh, here you go. Welcome to Update 74, Year of Hell. What's new in this update? Yay, bunch of wonderful stuff. Sarcasm already. New missions. Right at the top. New missions. Really? Why that would be up top, but okay. New faction. Wonderful. A new faction, because that's what we needed. Department of Temporal Investigations. New building. Department of Temporal Investigations Headquarters. New Krenim invading entities. It's weird that they went with invading entities. Like they have made more invading entities. Not super thrilled about that. Oh, and there's 2 kinds of these. Static and charged. New officers. Specialist 7. Icheb and Infiltrator Tuvok. New Chaos Tech. Yay! And new artifacts. Hooray! New Battle Pass, Cosmetics, and Territory Capture Season 6. Yay. One year after the USS Voyager's triumphant return to Earth, Admiral Janeway has settled into Starfleet Command. Tom Paris and B'Elanna Torres are busy raising their newborn. 7 of 9, however, cannot find peace. She lives in the neutral zone, protecting the vulnerable until fate draws her into a new battle against the Krenim Imperium. These storylines plunge you back into the drama of post-Voyager life, where heroes attempt to move on from the challenges of the Delta Quadrant, yet find themselves pulled right back into conflict. Okay. 8 core missions. 3 side missions. Yeah, new invading entities of the Krenim. What is it about invading entities that we want to keep going with this? Is it because they will not always be up? Actually, I never checked the map, did I? Oh, I'm hitting the wrong buttons here. Because if they have a permanent spot on the map, then why would they be invading entities? The only thing that really would make them invading entities to me would be is if they like randomly come back in here, or well, I'm not seeing a spot on the map though. It's possible I don't have a damn clue where this shit is. Well, here's some stuff over here. Wait, I've been there though. What the hell system are those? Ugh, I can't keep all these systems and where all these dumbass loops. Oh, there's a whole bunch of new systems. So it does kind of look like they're permanently here. I haven't been in there yet, but it does kind of look like they're permanently here. So I'm not sure why exactly. I don't know, man. Why are they invading entities? Cridum Imperium, led by Anorax, has launched a devastating temporal incursion into the Alpha Quadrant, with each incursion of Cridum distort time itself to pursue vengeance against Admiral Janeway and the Voyager crew. So with a new faction and a new enemy, let me unzoom this. A new loop. Yay! With 2 types of loot to go after. Wonderful. Prime timeline is under threat from the Cridum. It's one of the aid. So it's like kill the bad guys here. And then collect exocomps. Because you're going to need to use exocomps for this shit. Isn't that wonderful? Directives. Because you're going to need to use them to start Armada type targets. Yay. And then there's also charged something. And static something. Currencies of some kind. I don't remember. I'll get to it in one of these spots here. You get these loots, and then you can get some of these bundles, which is nice. There's Dojas Torah, and there's Gwen DeMarco, and Jason Naismith. And you get a whole bunch of, forbidden texts and artifacts and whatnot. Cool. The building, it actually has some kind of material converter, which, shocker, the exchange rate is going to be absolute shit. So be prepared for that. Oh, we got this thing, but it's going to be shit so that nobody will want to do it. Wonderful. Good thing we have it then. Cridum ship types. Static Cridum ships locked partially outside the time stream. These enemies increase their isolated damage cumulatively each round. Your countermeasure is an anti-static exocomp. Charged Cridum ships. Equipped with experimental quantum drives, these ships develop an apex barrier that grows stronger every round. Counter is anti-charged exocomps. Wonderful. So awesome, isn't it? Cridum invasion mechanics. 17 new systems near the Delta Quadrant, each populated by static and charged Cridum hostiles. Up to 2 ships can be brought to these hostiles. The hostiles are armadas. Again, I haven't gone and done any of this shit yet, but it's weird to call them hostiles, but then be like, oh, you can only use 2 ships. Weird. No health regeneration, which means if you do half their hull damage, you know what? Bam. It's going to stay like that. That's cool. Battle rewards. Static wreckage from Static Kremlin. Charged wreckage from Charged Cridum. And encrypted intelligence. Yeah, wonderful. These encounters offer a deep tactical experience. Cooperate with fellow commanders to manage your approach and ensure the Cridum threat is thoroughly dismantled before they can further unravel this time stream. I gotta cooperate with fellow commanders? Are these server armadas? What? Huh? Weird. New faction, Department of Temporal Investigations. There is this blog page. Let's go there. Yay. Happy New Year. Seriously? You're wishing us Happy New Year? Why don't you just tell us to fuck off? Seriously? New Arcfall. Because this is the leaked version that they posted like yesterday, I feel like. But maybe I missed it today. I don't know. Lots of stuff going on around here. Inspired by one of Voyager's most intense and iconic storylines. Okay, it brings fresh challenges. Fresh challenges to us? Hostiles and armadas. Yeah, that's fresh to us. Exocomps. That's fresh to us. The new temporal of department. Yeah, the new temporal of the department. The new temporal. Did it again. The new Department of Temporal Investigations faction and game and powerful game features to the galaxy. Well, sounds like we have a lot to look forward to. Psych! A new faction arrives. Okay, group committed to preserving the timeline. Blah, 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 blah. Crenum's threatening. Yeah. Here are your DTI. Feel like that's an actual acronym already, but whatever. The faction store here. Exchange newly obtained resources, static wreckage, charge wreckage, and encrypted intelligence. You get powerful buffs and artifacts in Chaos Tech. I will tell you if the buffs are powerful. I hate how they write that. Oh, these buffs are so powerful. Like, and then I look at them and I'm like, nah, they're really not. Static to charge wreckage converter. If you have a surplus of static or charged wreckage, you can swap it to suit your current needs. I guess that's a good thing. We'll have to see if one of them's easier to kill or something. And also, what the conversion rate is. Because if the conversion rate is shit, then nobody will do it. They'll just go kill the charged jackasses and the static jackasses and not do fuck all with the fucking converter. Because the material conversion looks like shit. So I just assume this looks like shit. Because why would it be good? Reputation control. And this is like your Federation and Klingon and Romulan reputation control. The encrypted intelligence that's going to be dropped from these hostiles or armadas or whatever the hell they are can be spent in the store, the DTI store, to boost these factions. To me, that's not a benefit. If you are struggling to gain your faction rep, I'm sorry, but you're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong. There are so many ways to increase your faction rep. I don't see how this is the answer. This is just something they added because, well, I guess it's one of two reasons. It's they want it to look like they added something neat to us, right? So we're all excited. Oh, look, they added this thing and it's cool and it's fancy. Or they really just want reputation to go away, which is possible. Alright, more about the invading entities. Devastating temporal conversion. Oh, yeah, incursions. Oh, yeah. Another word they're using a lot. Launching a devastating temporal incursions. A lot of copy and pasting, I think. Static Crenum ships. I already told you this because it was on the other page. Okay, so you know that. I told you that. Strategic battles, shared progress. Like, they don't regain their health. Excuse me. Headquarter benefit. Enhanced combat buffs increases your fleet's apex barrier, isolated defense, isolated damage. Okay. I'm looking at the building now. It's PvP apex barrier. So don't just think that you can get extra apex barrier to fight anybody. It does look like the isolated defense and the isolated damage are for everybody. And again, I'm looking at the headquarters building right now. And the little main stats box. It does say PvP Apex player and then isolated damage and isolated defense. So I'm gonna assume, who the hell knows what you can assume with these jackasses anymore. Upgraded officer stats. Okay. Yes, you can get. Again, one of the perks of the building is it boosts officer stats. And improved drop rates. I'm not sure I would word it like that. Increases broken ship parts. So again, just like, oh, it's 20% isolated damage or, 30% officer stats. X amount of percent of extra broken ship parts dropped. Which is, it's kind of nice. I'm looking at level 60 of this shit right now. And it's broken ship parts is 200%. Okay, at level 60 is 200% enough? Sure. You gotta get to level 40 before you get to 100%. So, I don't know about that one. To me, that's not doing enough. It's not. Especially for you G4 players. For G5 or G6, that's probably okay. For G4, hell no. You need to be at and you gotta think, G4 can't get to level 60 of a building, right? You can't be a level 46 and do the building above level 46 unless it's the mess hall, which I see no indication to see that this building is like the mess hall. So, you're going to be stuck at 46 and your broken ship parts, it's only 130%. That's not enough. That's not enough to do anything. That's not a powerful buff. It's a weak-ass buff. But that's just the nature of G4 ship parts. So, they put a bunch of shit in here and didn't actually help anybody. Cool. Material converter. Yes, another converter. Yes, there's a static to charge converter bullshitty thing. This is for materials, right? Or crystal gas. Unlock levels, convert resources starting at level 30 for G4, 40 for G5, 50 for G6. You gotta be pretty damn high on the damn building. Yeah. Versatile conversion. Trade epic gas for epic ore. Or upgrade rare ore to epic ore. Sure, that sounds nice, but it's... From what I hear, it's only uncommon to rare, and then rare to epic. So, and you have to stay within the grade. So there's that. And... We're going to have to wait and see what the numbers are and if they get changed or not, but there's no way in hell that these conversion numbers, there's no way in hell they're any good. So, who's going to give a shit? Nobody. At least, that's my prediction. Special events and rewards. You're going to have a upgrade the DTI headquarters heroic SMS. Yay. You're going to have a DTI architect heroic SMS. Challenge yourself to upgrade your headquarters before the deadline. Cool. Okay. It's like the same event. Whatever, man. Whatever. Alright, here, back to the main page. Some of this stuff I talked about already. Maybe they're expanding a little more here in the faction store. Exchange, static, charge, encrypted intelligence for artifacts, chaos tech, reputation, and more. Can just list it, but that's fine. I'll list it eventually in one of these videos. Daily essentials, 100 Credim directives in parentheses, fuel for the fight. Oh, really? Because we didn't know what these directives would be. Because the word directives is so new and so fresh that we'll have no idea what the hell they are. Cool. And 100 a day? Oh, man. I hope that actually does something because, like, the fucking dickhead Zindi armadas, that was shit. This better be a little better. DTI requisition form 13A, exchange for static, anti-static, and anti-charge exocoms. Cool. Not exactly sure what they mean by daily essentials. Maybe it's like a free claim. Open. Then your wreckage converter. Yeah, I told you what that is. Here is a picture of your faction stores. Federation, Klingon, Romulan, Augment, Rogue, which is what they have selected here. This is not what the Rogue looks like. This bar up top, that is similar to the Exchange or Rogue faction. This picture, this is more of the temporal investigator jackasses, but yet Rogue is selected. So that's meaningful in any way? I don't know. Boost your power with specialized perks. Unlock to favors. Quantum static disruption. Increase base damage when fighting enemies with the static state. Quantum charge dispersion. Increase damage versus enemies with charge state. Material scanning. Boost static and charged wreckage from Krenim superweapons. Increase your loot. Reduces negative Federation, Klingon, Romulan rep gains from enemies. Meh. Increase positive Franklin Delano Roosevelt rep. Gain from enemies. So many rep-based things. I don't know, man. You got exocomps, so many exocomps and officers and researchers. It's really like they're trying to do away with it. I would not do some of this stuff daily. I really wouldn't. Because at some point, if you're not careful. Now, if you're careful and you're paying attention to all this stuff, it's fine. Go ahead, do your thing. But it's something to be careful of. Because if you boost all your faction rep and you go kill a bunch of faction hostiles, could elevate your faction rep way too quickly. Because it's not limited by your level. You could end up having to kill level 56 faction jackasses, but you're only like a level 42. You can't even get to level 56 assholes. So, be cognizant of that. Temporal signal boosting enhances Franklin Delano Roosevelt credits from Franklin Delano Roosevelt messages. Refinement. Okay, cool. Maybe, yeah, that's cool. The credits. Yeah. The credits so you can get more warships or more officers. The faction recruit bundles. And either get those officers, max them out, or trade them in for transporter patterns. Too many things in here. And yes, those faction recruit bundles, they're the cheapest way. They're a cheap way. They really are. A cheap way to get more transporter patterns. Wow. Rough morning, I guess. Increases your apex barrier in PvP. There you go. That is something that we need. Improves cost efficiency for Franklin Delano Roosevelt favors. Okay. Another favor unlocks additional Franklin Delano Roosevelt reputation gains via encrypted intelligence exchange. Excuse me. So it looks like to exchange that encrypted intelligence, you're actually going to need to do a favor first, which is kind of shitty. Excuse me. With these favors, the DTI aims to equip every commander with the right tools to stand against the Krenim, while also granting new avenues to bolster existing faction reputations. New avenues? I don't know if I would call that new. It's like the same as all the other shit. Not really new. Equip commander with the right tools to stand against the Krenim. I mean, I guess, sure. Whatever. I don't really think so, but fine. Oh, new building, unlockable level 42. Cool. Fuck everybody else. It's a beacon of temporal knowledge and authority. Who the hell pointed these jackasses? What the building can add. PvP Apex Barrier. Level ranges from 150 at level 1 to 7,500 at level 70. Yeah. Isolated Defense, 5% at level 1 to 125% at level 70. And it's, everything is on the back end, right? These huge jumps in percent, they're all happening on the back end. They're not happening on the front end. Isolated damage, 1% at level 1, 75% at level 70. Officer stats, 20% at level 1, 2,815% at level 70. Where the hell did you come up with that number? Not 3,000%. Not even 2,800%. 2,815%. Why the 15? Why that extra 15%? Man, ugh. I hate wonky ass numbers like that, but whatever. Broken ship parts. Yeah, look, 1% at level 1 and then 250% at level 70. I mean, it's too backloaded. That needs to be front loaded. Because you're not taking advantage of it until like maybe level 40 of the building. Maybe. And it's only an extra 100%, which isn't that much. There are so many other officers and researchers out there that will probably, if you're using the officers and or at least using a few of the officers and doing the researches, you probably already have 150%. So another 100% isn't doing that much. Like, does it help the G4 players? No, I wouldn't say it really does help them. Especially if you got to get the building to level 40. So, no, I don't think... this is pretty shitty. Damage against the Krenim, so there's that. Crossing my fingers here. I'm crossing my fingers. But it wouldn't appear that we're going to get a new ship. Wouldn't appear that way because this building is what's going to be increasing the damage against the Krenims. Not like, let's say, a shipbuilding, right? 100% at level 1 up to 11,000% at level 70. There's back some video talking about the material converter. The material converter, like the material converter, the material, ore, gas, and crystal, that's tied to the building more than the faction, as far as I understand this. But whatever. Okay, now on to the officers. Total shock to everyone. Battleship Retaliation Team. we had no idea what was coming. Oh, spoiler alert, this team is absolute garbage. Specialist, 7 of 9. Captain Maneuver, on round start, player battleships. On round start versus player battleships with hull breach. 7 of 9 increases your shots by a set percentage each round for 4 rounds. So cumulative, but it caps out at 4 rounds. Her base is going to be 60%. Well, that actually looks really fucking shitty. Okay, her base is 60%, and then big synergy 30%, small synergy 5%. So, best case, you're looking at 120%. Why 120%? That's not even that much. The 20%, if you only do one shot, what's 120% do for you? It adds one extra shot. And if you do 2 shots, what does 120% do for you? It adds 1 extra shot. Or I guess it would be 2 extra shots. That extra 20% isn't doing anything for you until you get up to like 3 shots. Right? Because then it'd be 20 times 3 would be 60%. Therefore, that's over 50. So it would give you another shot on that. So this isn't that good. But, I mean, it is cumulative. So maybe. Officer ability. I don't know why they changed it for this retaliation team. The ship status effect is on the officer ability and not the captain ability. Now, if you remember, the strike teams, they did this with Battleship Strike Team as well, right? The officer state, the burning, that was on the officer ability, but for the other two, Gul Dukat and Weyoun, it was on the captain ability. So you could get your max synergy, and you would have the use of the ship state right there. Well, it's not like that here. So, unless you get up to maybe tier 4, she's garbage. You have to get her to tier 4 or otherwise she's trash. I mean, because even 80%, it's not that good. Not with the RNGs that's in this game. No. Tier 4 or this officer is garbage. And good luck getting her to tier 4. What's that, like $1,000? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even read what it was. The chance to apply hull breach. Base at 60%, then 70, 80, 90, 100. Icheb is one of the rare officers. His, officer ability below deck ability, which is fine, I guess. Forbid anybody else have a captain ability, whatever. Against players with hull breach, again, you gotta have hull breach. Icheb increases your apex barrier 4 rounds each time you score a hit, once per weapon. That's okay, that's nice. That's nice. Base 3,000, then 4,500, 6,500, 9,000, 12,500. That's fairly nice as long as you can get hull breach. But again, if you ain't got hull breach, then who gives a shit because he doesn't activate. Below deck ability, which I absolutely hate these. I think they're pure garbage. Below deck ability. So, you're not going to be using this guy with 7 of 9. You're going to be using them on another ship. On round start versus players. If your ship has no applied state, increase your isolated cascade damage for 3 rounds. 30, 40, 60, 90, 140. I'm sorry. What are the PvP teams out there? There's Freeman. There's your strike teams. And there's your Mirror Universe assholes. You can use these dickbags if you want. But again, 2 of the 3 apply a ship state to you. Only 1 out of what, the 5 I mentioned before, and now these 3 retaliation squads. So I guess, okay, fine. Technically 8. Only 2 of those 8 don't apply a state to your ship. So these motherfuckers are only useful below deck if somebody is running what? Explorer Strike Team or Interceptor Retaliation Squad. Do you see that happening a lot to get use out of this jackass? Because I don't. Not with his below deck ability. And you know what? How about Dazok? Do a lot of people run Dazok below during PvP? I do. Get benefit of that assimilate and, reducing officer abilities by a little bit. Completely nullify this jackass. Even if I'm running an Explorer Strike Team. Or somebody that puts morale on my ship. So, I'm going to... Man, it's fuck... I've only gotten through 2 officers, and this team looks like shit. Infiltrator Tuvok is the other rare officer ability against players with hull breach. That word again. Tuvok increases your isolated cascade damage for 3 rounds each time you score a hit. 26, 32, 40, 50, and 65%. Again, though, gotta get hull breach. And that's expensive with this team. Below deck ability. On a round start versus players, if your ship has no applied states, increase your apex barrier for 3 rounds. 3,000, 5,000, 8,000, 15,000, and 25,000. What? Yeah, I mean, I don't see these guys being that useful. Or these guys in Cal. Just don't see them being that useful. Oh, look at this little PS message. Keep an eye out for a separate blog revealing how to unlock one of these rare officers for free this month. This the month you fucking do it. You fucking pieces of shit. Fuck you, you fuck ass fucks. Along with additional crewing and battle tactics. Fuck you and your fucking crewing battle tactics bullshit. I don't want you to advise anybody on shit. Because you obviously don't know this fucking game. How many times during PvP do you not get a ship state applied to you now? This is bullshit. In my opinion, these rare officers shouldn't even have a below deck ability. Or at least don't have a PvP below deck ability. Because they're useless. I don't see players going into PvP and not putting any ship state on their opponent. Because there is an advantage to putting Dazok on your ship and hitting your player, your opponent. Even if you go with Explorer Strike Team. Or Interceptor Retaliation Team. Squad? Whichever. There's a benefit to putting Dazok below. So there you go. Okay. Whatever. Territory Capture Season 6. Okay, territories are going to be reset. Protocol services will shuffle in Tier 2 and Tier 1 zones. I don't care anymore. I've been playing too long. I mean, I guess that's, the a disadvantage to playing this long. I no longer give 2 shits about territory. I need very few researchers to complete the entire thing. So, and to be perfectly honest, the reason there are researchers left is because I don't really give a shit about them. I couldn't give 2 shits whether I finish those researchers or not. Because some of particle efficiency, I don't care. because all those researchers are done. You pissed around and brought them out 3 fucking years too late. I don't care. New tier 3-star territory service, NXL1 blueprints, which, man, I don't know. Is that good? I mean, it does add more NXL1 blueprints, so that is nice. I don't think that I don't even remember the acquisition process. The hell did you get the NXL1? I feel like it was a trade-in somewhere, wasn't it, for... What were those assholes you killed? Zindi? I feel like it was relatively easy, it just took a while, right? So, okay, is there some benefit to this? Yeah, but there's only 6 of these services, and how much are they going to cost to activate? Because depending on, what alliance you're in, maybe this is useful to you, maybe this isn't. Voyager blueprint service in territory, 2-star territory zones now. Cool. Yeah, I guess we had those morale boosting chips or whatever the hell they were called, so I didn't spend it on Harry Kim, I spent it on Voyager, so Voyager was really quick for me. Yeah, the free-to-play pass, you kill Hirogen jackasses, you get their Hirogen relics. I mean, it's fine. I don't know why you're tying this shit. Oh, I do know why you're tying this shit to territory. Because otherwise, nobody give a flying fuck about territory. Because the services themselves, they're just shit. Oh, 100% to your... it's not even 100%. It's like 20% increase to your damage in PvP. I'm sorry. 20%? They're like teeny tiny boosts. So it's like people don't really, depending on the server you're in, right? The server we're on now, we don't really care. It's not like we're getting new players. We're not getting new level 30 or 40 players. So, I mean, by now, a lot of the people on our server have the Voyager and the NXL1. So who cares? Are there some that don't? Yes. Are they the play once or twice a week players? Yeah. There aren't that many of them still left. There's really not. So, on some of the servers, nobody gives a shit about this. New artifacts and chaos tech. Critum Time Weapon Artifact. Increase critical damage against armadas and invading entities under any state. There you go, adding states. Starts at 100% and at level 12, 400%. That's a nice boost. So this sounds like a temporal artifact. Because it sounds like it only has 12 levels. Janeway's pocket watch. Did she have a pocket watch? Be honest, I don't remember her having a pocket watch, but okay. Reduces opponents' isolated damage versus players. Players under any state. So again, you put a state on your opponent in PvP. So those rare officers are terrible. Level 1, it's 4% and 40% at level 12. Sounds nice. Go away. Chaos Tech. Chronophage. On round start versus players. If your ship's hull is below 40%, well, if your ship has gotten below 40% hull, might as well put your head between your knees and kiss your ass goodbye. But whatever. Increase shots by 100 to 200% for one round. Because there's levels on the Chaos Tech. Okay. So you're going to start at 100 and then you maybe go up to 200%. Repair your shield by 1%, really low level Chaos Tech, 35% at max level. At least I'm assuming they're talking about level 1 and then max level. Decrease opponents. See, here we go with this term again, isolytic mitigation. And what the hell is isolytic mitigation? And I feel like every time I see isolytic mitigation somewhere, when I come back later, it then says isolytic defense. So everybody remember this about the chronophage. Phage, whatever. Does it read isolytic defense or isolytic mitigation? Remember that. Decrease opponents' isolytic mitigation, which I've asked this question, but you go into the game, where is their isolytic mitigation? It is pronounced isolytic defense. More evidence that these dumb-ass pieces of fucking shit don't know their own fucking game. There's no isolytic mitigation in this fucking game. Whatever. Or there is a mitigation source, but they call it defense. Isolytic defense. Starts at 2.5% and then goes up to 30%. Temporal Overdrive Matrix. Start a battle versus hostiles, armadas, and invading entities. Okay, useful because, goes on, all of them, right? Hostiles, armadas, and the invading entity. Nice. Increase apex barrier. Starts at 500%, then goes up to 2,500. I'm sorry. I said percent. It's not a percentage-based thing. It starts at 500, then goes up to 2,500 for 3 rounds. Oh, so only 3 rounds. So if the battle goes 6 rounds, then half the battle you don't get this dumb shit. And you want people to pay for this? Oh, okay. Increase critical damage by 20% at level 1, 350% at max level. But again, only for 3 rounds. Increase shield repair. Was it the last time when they made that shield repair bullshit for Cerritos, it was broke as shit for what? Like 2 years. Or is it even still broken? I thought I heard they fixed it. I think the one for the Titan works. But the one for the Cerritos was broken. Actually, maybe that's when they were able to figure out how to make it work for the Cerritos. So, I'd like the idea here. I'm just hoping it actually works, 2.5% at level 1, max level 30%. That's nice. Sure. But again, only for 3 rounds. Okay. And what is the rate of this shield repair? 30% for 3 rounds. So at the end of 3 rounds, I get 30%? Or do I get... What is your shield... Increases my shield repair. What if my shield repair is 0%? How can it increase by 30%? 30 times 0 is 0. And again, 30% what? After every shot, after every salvo, after every round, just the battle itself? I don't know. Not enough detail there, but that's cool. Oh yay, battle passes and cosmetics. Player choice rewards, so we're sticking with that. That's nice. I don't know if I care that much. Bug fixes and improvements. Oh, I'm sure. Oh, and they no longer list the bug fixes and improvements. Wow. I feel like this isn't good for you. It's not a good look where you no longer list the bug fixes and improvements. Either you couldn't fix any, or there are too many to list. It's a terrible look, but it's also kind of funny. Oh, what does it say? A variety of performance enhancements and resolved issues have been implemented to ensure a smoother gameplay experience. Stay tuned for a detailed patch notes on specific fixes. Oh, okay. Oh, something I heard. Holy shit. How long is this damn video? Damn it. Whatever. Something I heard through the grapevine that maybe one of Lorca's skills is broken. He has a. Does he? Someone mentioned it to me, and I'm like, he had that skill? I didn't even realize he had that skill. No, that's ship parts. That's materials. This is materials. That's materials. This is that. And yeah, there. Where is Lorca? Doesn't have anything for skill cost efficiency. So what? Which honestly, when I heard it, I thought something didn't get passed along, right? Because skill cost efficiency, Lorca doesn't have that. I mean, I'm just looking through all his skills here. I don't see that. I don't see a Fleet Commander skill cost efficiency skill. So I don't know what's broken. Allegedly, supposedly, something's broken with Lorca. Thought I knew what it was, or actually, I thought I knew what it was, but I really didn't know what it was, and now I really don't know what it was, or if anything's even broken. So we'll just continue on with the video. Wrapping this long ass video up about a bunch of new bullshit coming into this bullshit ass game, because that's about where we're at right now. New exciting boosts and buffs and experiences that are all like the same. I don't know how anything is new, but whatever. A new loop that kind of feels like 2 or 3 loops in one, but whatever. Hostile, 2 different types of hostile loot, maybe an armada loot, or maybe it's 1 type of hostile loot and 2 armada. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. I'm not excited about it. I feel like some of the benefits of this faction, because of course it's a new faction, just don't seem that good to me. Like reputation gains, look, there are huge ass reputation hostiles in the Mirror Universe. Maybe you should go there. There's there's all kind of ways to increase your faction reputation. I do feel like the more and more faction reputation favors or researches or whatever you put in this game, the harder it's going to become for players. And it's really a way to push players to level up faster, so they can get to the hostiles they have to kill for reputation dailies. I don't really like that. But whatever. I mean, it's just another loot. Okay, so the officers from 2 loops ago, they're finally sourced. Well, actually, I guess 3 loops ago. When was the NSCA protected? That was like 2-3 loops ago. Now they're sourcing it, which it's become the norm. Which I guess is fine, because that's better than not having a source, right? But it's not new. And I'm sorry, but the officer this month, Battleship Retaliation Squad, is complete fucking garbage. I think every officer is trash. And the disappointing thing is, I have things I want to upgrade. I want higher warp range on this ship. I want more protected cargo on these survey ships. Yeah, because who doesn't like more protected cargo? I know it's mining. But it's either don't do any upgrading this whole month, or do material spends for this piece of shit officer. Whatever. And again, it's Retaliation Squad, because we had to finish that, even though the officers are complete shit. So, and new building. So again, it really does feel like a new loop, because do you always associate a building with a loop? Now there's a building and its own currency to play games with. That's not that fun. But whatever. Keep adding new loops. Oh, and independent archives. And let's say closing off some loops. No, nothing. No news on that. fucking goddamn jackasses. You can't just keep making loops and making loops and making loops and making loops. Not actually closing out any loops. Because to be perfectly honest, the independent archives really didn't close out any loops for me. Because I was already done. So, but again, that was me. Maybe for some of you, you know, it actually closes out some loops. I mean, because it just doesn't really save time. And part of it is the daily claims. What did you do for the daily claims? You're doing anything to make the daily claiming process go faster. Absolutely nothing. Wonderful. Seems like a wonderful arc. Comment below. What do you think? Are you excited for a year of hell? I kind of hope it will be a year from hell, because back-to-back years from hell and this game goes away. And these jackasses just lost their cash cow, and they did it because they decided to fuck players over. However, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I am the Angry Rhino. Shields up, Commanders.